When U.S. President James A. Garfield was shot in 1881, doctors struggled to find the bullet so that it could be removed. Alexander Graham Bell brought in a prototype metal detector. The device was working perfectly, but the bullet wasn't found until after Garfield's death. Why? I know that was a long one, so I'll do it one more time. When U.S. President James A. Garfield was shot in 1881, doctors struggled to find the bullet so that it could be removed. Alexander Graham Bell brought in a prototype metal detector. The device was working perfectly, but the bullet wasn't found until after Garfield's death. Why?
Does it have to do with like the magnetism in his blood that was obscuring the metal of the bullet?
Is that a thing?
Totally made. I'm no doctor.
Sorry, not to shut you down.
No, but like magnetism in blood, to be fair, is that pseudoscience stuff you found being sold with like the bracelets in shopping malls?
By magnetism in blood, I meant like electrical pulses that may have, something has to have been different from when he was alive or dead.
I'm going to take the obvious Route 1 solution here and just say the bullet wasn't in him. Like, there was just an exit wound no one had spotted, and after he died, someone went, oh, there's the bullet. It's actually on the floor over there.
The bullet was still inside him.
Okay.
I wonder if there was like a previous surgery or something he had where he had like a metal plate or something and the bullet was like behind that. Or is it because it's like a early metal detector, it just wasn't working?
Well, he said it was working. I wonder how good surgery was back in the 1880s, if they could insert a plate into you.
I feel like inserting a plate I feel like 1880 surgery would have been quite good at removing stuff. I'm probably not all that good at putting stuff in.
There was no other metal inside Garfield's body, so he didn't, have a broken collarbone and a plate on that or anything like that.
Okay.
I didn't know Alexander Graham Bell had a metal detector prototype. It makes sense given what he was working with, but...
Yeah, apparently it was good too. It worked. This thing functioned.
Did the metal detector find the bullet after, or are those two things separate?
The metal detector did not find the bullet.
Was it a silver bullet? Would silver not set off a metal detector or something if the bullet was made out of something?
Was Garfield a werewolf?
Garfield was not a werewolf to my knowledge. I mean, you never know. And Macy, a silver bullet would set off a metal detector, but the bullet itself was lead. So it was not a wooden bullet or something like that.
Okay. So a metal detector works by you move a coil of wire you move a coil of wire past metal. That induces an electric current. That current gets amplified. It sets off a dial or screams in your ears or something like that. So how would that not go off if you're waving it over the guy who's got a bullet in him?
The hint I will give is it did go off.
Okay. The metal detector maybe showed it was in his leg and then they looked around in his leg and they didn't see it. Like, is that...
His leg was no longer attached. Sorry, I've got all the gruesome answers today.
You want to put stuff in Garfield, you want to cut his legs off, yeah.
From the wording of the question, it wasn't that they didn't find it. It wasn't that they couldn't access it. It was that they just didn't even locate it until after he was dead. So
the timeline of his death wasn't that they were looking for the bullet and he bled out right there on the spot. It was they were looking for the bullet, but he ended up dying weeks or months later. So it wasn't like a cause and effect sort of situation.
So it would have been autopsy, or I guess we want to be really gruesome, cremation when they found the bullet.
Yeah, they did eventually find it after he had passed, yeah.
But you said that the metal detector did go off.
Yes.
So what's it detecting?
This is gnarly.
Something else in the room was causing part of the issue, causing an issue.
So it's not detecting the bullet, but something else is setting it off.
I'm not that well versed in my metal detector uses.
The Oval Office desk.
If he's president, is there extra security around him or something, or extra procedures that are setting off a metal detector?
Maybe just think about where a procedure would take place.
In a hospital bed.
Is he on a metal bed?
He's on a bed with metal springs in it. And whenever they were trying to find out where the bullet was, they kept getting beep, 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 because the entire bed was setting off the metal detector.
And it is 1881, and no one has quite figured out how to calibrate that, or that perhaps you might want to move him to a different place.
That felt like a logical, you're like, wait, we're getting a lot of detection here. Either he was shot a bunch of times or maybe...
He's riddled with bullets.
Yeah, and they were actually looking on the wrong side of his chest too. The bullet was found on the left side of his chest, the opposite side to where the doctor had been looking. So that was part of the issue as well.
Wow.
If you wanted to know what happened to the would-be assassin too, sentenced to death by hanging the following year. Tom, I know you've been trying to get morbid, so there's your morbid tidbit.
The Lateral Producers Club is at lateralcast.com if you would like more Lateral, fewer adverts, and to support the show.